For our second half of the presentations, we've got Sedalia Parks and Rec, Tanner McKee and Courtney Fry. They're with the community center, and they're here to talk to us about some of the memberships that we have to come. So let's put our hands together for them.
I don't know how much you need to announce. It's right there. So.
Thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to come talk to you today. Today is a super exciting day for Park and Recreation as our memberships to the Heckert Community Center go on sale, pre-sale today. This has been a dream of Sue Heckert for years. Our director, Amy, has been passionate about this project, so to see it come to fruition is just phenomenal. I think what we should do is give you kind of a brief picture of what is going to be available in the community center, and then we can get into kind of membership levels and pricing if you guys want to. And then we'll also talk about all the programming that Park and Recreation does. We are not just green spaces. We offer sports leagues and a whole bunch of other stuff. So we'll talk about that a little bit. Construction progress. So in the Heckert Community Center, we will have an aquatics area. This is a picture of the lazy river and the large slide that'll be in there. This is also a warm water kind of therapy pool that will be in there. We also, that's more of the Lapland Lazy River, sorry. We will have this competition pool. This is a partnership with Sedalia 200. It will bring outside school districts in. We can have swim meets. There are 8 lanes, I believe, in this, and we also have a diving well. So huge partnership with a community member. This piece is the lap lane, and then in the background you can see that warm water pool. We also have Toby the tiger in there. He's that big, probably like 16-foot tall tiger. We laughed whenever he came in. We thought we were getting a tiger cub, and he has kind of grown drastically, but he's pretty amazing in there.
And then up here as well is a water feature, and it will come down like rain. With the water that'll droplets and stuff that the kids can play under and whatnot as well. And it also has changing colors. I think you can also make thunder sounds and stuff like that. And so it's a pretty cool little feature as well.
Yeah. This is our front lobby area. The team, I've only been with Park and Rec for about 6 months. So a lot of this was prior to me, but I can see the thoughtfulness that this team has put into building this facility. This lobby area is very open, it's very welcoming, very modern. The front desk area is there on the right of this picture. There on the left, you can see those glass doors. That is going to be an indoor playground area. So if you're coming in to work out or maybe participate in another program, we will have a child watch fit zone area where sorry, that was over there. We'll have that child watch fit zone area where you can drop those kiddos off and you can go de-stress and do your thing, and they'll have a safe place to play and interact with staff and other kiddos. Dramatic pause for effect. This is our upstairs fitness area. There will be a fitness desk there that you could check in with. The equipment is not in there yet. It is scheduled to be delivered, fingers crossed, later this month. COVID has put some delays on some stuff, so we're not quite where everything needs to be, but it'll be there by March 18th, I promise you. We will have the normal cardio equipment, your free weight equipment. We'll also have those workout machines as well, so something for everybody. This is on the 2nd floor. Beautiful wide staircase to get up there, or we do have elevator access as well. Towards the back is a fitness studio for all of those classes, kind of tucked away, so it's more of a private space. You're not out exposed to everybody for that. This is taken from our indoor walking track. 9 laps equal a mile, and it is overlooking the basketball courts. There are 3 high school sized courts. We can make 6 volleyball courts or 9 pickleball courts. We also have batting cages, that's the netting that you see there as well. So lots of opportunities to bring in tournaments, practices, expanding on the programs and the services that we offer as well on this space. That's the fitness studio that we talked about. An example of kind of open, welcoming area, this is just inside in the lobby. It will be a place where folks can just kind of sit down and mingle. Part of a community's wellness is not just the recreation and not just leisure activities. We also want to have a space where we can bring in community members just to socialize. That is such an important aspect of overall health and well-being, and we wanted to be sure that we had these spaces and these opportunities for folks just to come in, have a cup of coffee, meet and greet, relax, and build those relationships and connections with other like-minded people. This is looking into our Child Watch area, the Fit Zone area, kind of the check-in area. Lots of bright colors in the Heckert Community Center. You'll see a lot of orange for the active areas, teal and blues kind of for the pool area. We'll get down to the Senior Center and it's got a bright purple fuchsia shade down there. So very active, friendly. This is a picture of our conference room. So this space is available for rent if you just had a small group of like 10 to 15 people that you just wanted to come together and have a nice quiet place. We've got that available. And then we're back at the pool. Tanner, would you click on the membership and daily fees tab? So like I said, memberships go on sale today. Grand opening isn't until March 18th. So I'm sure you all are sitting there going, why would I buy my membership today? What's the benefit? The benefit will be if you purchase before March 17th, you will get March 18th through March 31st for free, and your actual monetary membership will begin April 1. So for all those pre-sales, you get 2 weeks for free. Our membership levels, we try to keep it simple mentality here. You could go into so many different categories, but it gets really messy and you can get down into the weeds. So we kept it very simple. We've got a youth/senior rate, an adult rate, and a family rate. A little bit of definition, a youth is going to be 18 or younger. A senior is 60 plus. Your adult is kind of that in-between range. And then your family is, we say a maximum of 5 members. Important piece there is no more than 2 adults. So if you had mom and dad and 4 kids, you can add that additional child on. We're not excluding the kid, but it's the maximum of 2 adults. So fee-wise, the team did a lot of research on this. We wanted it to be affordable. We looked at the rates like in Warrensburg, up in Marshall at their YMCA, local gyms. We wanted it, again, to be a place for everybody. And these fees really reflect that if you do the research and look at what everybody else is charging. This is very affordable. You do get a little bit of a discount if you purchase the annual. You're basically getting 2 months free for that. Hours of operation, here we go. We will be open from 5 to 9, Monday through Friday, 7 to 7 on Saturday, and Sunday, 10 to 7. Trying to, again, reflect the community. We've got a lot of industrial type facilities that are working shift work. We want to make sure that they can get there. We also got, your maybe 9 to 5 office work folks. Hopefully there's a time in there that will work for them as well. The pool hours differ just a little bit. It will be closed a little bit during the day, partially due to maintenance and upkeep. And then also that's an opportunity for the Sedalia 200 kiddos to come in for their swim practices and swim meets and that kind of thing. Rentals, there's a lot of options. I'm not going to get in the weeds of that. If you want to rent the facility, just call me and we can talk about it. We'll start taking those reservations on February 1st, and the first weekend available for rental will be March 25th. We're looking for anything from birthday parties, conferences, trade shows, tournaments, overnight facility lock-ins, after proms, after graduation. We probably can make it work for you in one way or shape. The Hecker Community Center will also be the new home of the Sedalia Senior Center. They will be there 8 to 4 Monday through Friday. They will also still do their meals and stuff out of our community rooms. That's going to be a great partnership for us, bringing those folks in, but they will also help bring folks to us as well. One thing we haven't talked about yet is classes. We will have fitness classes. We don't have that schedule set yet. We're still doing some research. Some will be included in membership. Some will be more premium and will be in addition to. Information on that is going to come out probably closer to February is what I've been told. So I think I've hit all that, didn't I?
Yeah, next time it's upcoming.
Yeah.
Just want to touch on the upcoming events that we do have and things that are kind of going on as of right now outside of the community center, and everything that we've been delving into is also still trying to stay engaged with the holiday season and still offer everything we can out there to the community and to our families that can be involved. I know we've seen it for sure. I know some of you probably have as the Light Up Liberty drive-through displays up in Cooking and glorious of everything that's definitely expanding there. And I think more and more every year it's more of a challenge of electrical outletting than it is more so of, the displays and stuff, as we're running into an issue of running out of it. So I know they're in a big process of working with our maintenance department side going into next year of revamping some of that and adding in some more electric areas, because the grand scheme and big picture we would like to do is eventually loop that around where the stadium is into where Liberty Pool is, and then eventually all the way to where the Hecker Community Center is now, and it will just be one long kind of lap around, I guess, is our big main goal that we're seeing right now. So but we can't do it enough without our sponsorships either, and businesses that have donated money and stuff for the displays. That is a huge help for us. It's obviously something we can't do by ourselves whatsoever. So we really appreciate all the support and help that we've got for that, because I know it's put at least another smile on all my kids' faces when I take my kids through and stuff. So it's something that the community really does enjoy and can come through, and free event, and nothing to really worry about to go through. So it's definitely something that's nice. We do have Breakfast with Santa coming up this Saturday, actually. There's still some spots available. If that is something that, dawns on you guys that you still haven't done or want to. As of right now, we do offer pickleball Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from noon to 2 at Convention Hall there. That time is subject to change once we move over to the community center. We're looking at hopefully where I'm looking at is 5 days a week. We'll go Monday through Friday, and it'll be noon to 3 for 3-hour stints. And then we have some pizza and PJs with Santa coming up. I know something she's added this year as well with Santa is also bringing the reindeer with him as well. So there will be reindeer on site with Santa. So that's something cool we're looking forward to. And I know that I think some kids are excited as we've got some feedback to see what that looks like and whatnot. We've got some questions on where is that actually going to be at. As of right now, as long as weather allows, that will be right outside Convention Hall is where they'll be staged and stuff. Worst case scenario, we're crossing our fingers, we don't have to worry about weather permitting of that. But we've even talked about bringing them into Convention Hall. If that's the case, then we'll make it happen. So
we'll take care of the reindeer. No worries.
We do also have an esports program that we do. We offer tournaments a lot of times on weekends. They have done esports leagues as well. That's something we're super excited about, kind of been something new that has been up and coming. I know we recently just partnered with esports here at State Fair. They took us on a tour. Their coach did with a lot of our kids that sign up. Gosh, yep. They were super excited about that. A lot of cool ideas they even came back with that we may try to incorporate too with our own program. But looking forward to maybe definitely getting a partnership going there, as that's definitely a new up and coming sports program in a lot of colleges, and scholarships now and ways to go and careers that you can make out of it now. So we're really excited about that. That was something when I started here 3 years ago. When I first got here, we go down to a convention every year that Parks and Rec has with NPRA. And that was one that they had talked about was esports, and there was only I think 2 or 3 Parks and Recs in the whole state of Missouri that had started esports, and it was something that I was super intrigued about. but had no clue what direction to go for it. I played a little video games growing up, but I'm not a gamer by any stretch. But I knew it was something that is a need here in our community. I know there's a lot of people that do it. Even our school systems kind of have it. So I'm like, man, Parks and Rec needs to get something going for that. We reach out so much active as far as, sports and whatnot, but there's a realm out there that we're missing, that we're not reaching those kids that don't want to go out and participate and would rather, this is their calling. This is what they enjoy doing. The biggest thing that they had told me was find somebody that knows what they're doing. And so luckily we have a staff member that has a relative that, was all about that. He teaches actually esports at a local school here. So definitely got him on board. He just basically took it over. I said, what do you need? We got some switches, whatever, but told him we'll buy it and I'll let you just take care of that side of things. And it's really blossomed. I didn't think it would take off as fast as it has and as big as it has, but it has. There's definitely some times that there's some kiddos that we have talked about that have won their first match. And if there's something at the top of my list, there's one kid that just comes in every time there's a tournament. He makes sure he's registered. And remember the first day he came in, he never really played much and, always struggled winning and stuff, but he gamed at home and he didn't have any friends. And so he always talked about when it comes to esports tournament time, I finally see my friends, and just that stuff right there is what makes it worth the while for sure. And I think just a couple tournaments ago, he finally won a tournament. So that was real special of seeing that, where he started and where he's got to. So we're excited about that program and keeping that expanding. Some other Santa stuff we have going on is Cookies with the Clauses as well. We have the Jingle Bell 5K coming up. And then some January things is my little Kickers program we do. We pair with Paul Clover with Amanda Blackburn on that. She kind of brings her staff in and runs the little Kickers program for us indoors. And then Biddy Basketball and Little Hoopsters will be firing up here in January as well. So that touches on
all that.
Touches on all our upcoming things.
If you haven't already, this should be arriving in your all's mailboxes if you have a 65301 zip code. This is our program guide. We took it away during COVID. Things were just changing so much. It was hard to keep this updated, but we're bringing it back. This program guide will cover everything basically from now through the end of the summer. And then we will also issue a new one, probably early fall, end of the summer, that will cover all the fall events and into the winter. So you'll see this publication twice a year. There's a lot in here. I would suggest a big cup of coffee if you go to review this. There's a lot of good information in there, but we're excited to have this back. Finally, kind of in addition, please stay in contact with us. We've just updated our website. We're on Facebook very actively. If you have questions, call us, email us. All of the staff is willing to help in any way that we can. With this community center opening up, staffing is going to be a huge need of ours. A lot of part-time positions will need to be filled, and it's not just, being a basketball floor monitor. You've got your standard front desk positions, but we're going to need those janitors. We're going to need child watch attendants. We're going to need fitness folks upstairs. So there's a spot for everybody should they want to come join us. And I'm going to plead on Tanner's case going into the spring and the summer as well. We have outside positions. We are going to need some umpires. We're going to need some referees to help keep those sports programs going. Our adult leagues for softball and volleyball, they're super duper popular. But it takes a special person to step up and want to be the umpire or the referee for those programs. So if you or anybody would be interested in that, please send them our way. We'll train them. We're not just going to feed them to the wolves. I promise we will take care of them. But we definitely need some staffing help. And with that, we're ready for the questions.
First one, what's the minimum age to work at the Nexus?
Probably most are going to be about 16. But I do think there's going to be some opportunities for maybe down to 14 in that child watch being supervised by someone older. We're going to work with the school district to get some of those work permits to open that up as well. Volunteer opportunities, we'll take them. We've got spots for any volunteer age. Yeah.
You mentioned the warm water. How warm is it?
I just asked Claire that the other day. She thinks it's 86 degrees. It might be a little bit warmer than that. It might be up to 88.
Will you have classes in there, or is it just to?
Yeah, there will be both water aerobics and what they're calling water therapy to start with, and then they may add some more additional higher intensity classes in there as well.
So, just to piggyback off that, so you have a membership, $200 adult membership. Are all those classes in addition? Are they a la carte? Do you pay more?
Some will be included,
Okay.
some will be more. Yeah, we haven't got that breakdown yet. I believe that water therapy, water aerobics, those will be included, but don't quote me on that, subject to change, but I think that's the thought process on that one.
On the rentals, can you rent out the pool, or is it just rooms?
Couple different ways. If it's like that overnight kind of lock-in after prom type of scenario, there's 2 hours of pool use included in that. If you've got a birthday party, there'll be packages. So you could have the birthday party plus pool space, a birthday party plus maybe access to the kids zone if you wanted to, a birthday party plus bounce house rentals, because we've got some bounce houses. So there's a couple different options in there. Another one we're looking at is the birthday party with esports, because we've got a lot of kids asking that too. So there's some flexibility. Right now, there's not just a standalone pool rental per se. We got to get the lifeguards in there first, and we don't want to overcommit yet. But it's on the horizon. We just got to make sure we've got the boots in place to do it.
So, is there going to be a dedicated space at the new Center for Esports? Is there going to be a room or an arena?
Not at this time. We're still debating that, whether that will stay over at Convention Hall or if it'll move over. If it moved over, it'd probably be down in one of the community rooms, but it would be a set-up, tear-down facility. Whoa, hands everywhere.
Okay. So when you just said convention hall, and I had the thought earlier, how will convention hall be either repurposed or what's its continued use?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it will still be a place that they can still be rented out as well for use. We will still have some of our programs that will stay over there. Not everything that we have there is going to come over. We want to try to, find our happy medium ground that we've talked through of some programs that will come over, but also we want to keep it open for community use as well, to where we're not totally overbooking it with all of our entire stuff we do, to where then the community can't even use it at all. But I know like our Dance with Grace classes that we do and all of that will stay over at the Convention Hall at this time. And then we will still access the gym as well as for rentals. Futsal is another big one that we partner with Paul Clover there when they run their futsal. That will basically be their home place to play a lot of their games in now for gym space. I know they hit hard with COVID and stuff, as far as I know they piggybacked a lot off of the school district and stuff, but with COVID and gym space not being available for them, that's going to become kind of their spot to play indoor soccer in. But yeah, so it'll still definitely be used as well, for sure. But there's some different other ideas. There's some stuff we've talked behind the scenes of some daycare type possibilities down the road, of some summer camps and whatnots. But yes, there's definitely going to be some still use. It's not like we're going to vacate it at all. I mean, it's been a talk of, is that going to get demoed now? No, that's not
That building's not going anywhere.
That's not going nowhere. We're still going to use it quite a bit, and it just gives us more option and more space now to have rentals and be able to do things of that nature. So,
Cliff, what was your question?
So with a family membership, is that basically unlimited use of the facility, except for maybe classes and rooms and things like that?
Right. That'll get you access to the pool, to the gym, to the fitness. The walking track, I didn't hit on this. The walking track will be free to anybody. You can come in and walk at any time. You don't have to have a membership to do that. The Child Watch Kids Zone area will be an additional fee just to help cover the staffing cost of that. But yeah, it'll also get you some of those fitness classes once we get that scheduled out.
pickleball is included under it as well, underneath the membership.
And you have pickleball equipment there. Somebody doesn't have their own racket and ball.
At this specific time right now, we do have 2 or 3 extra paddles. We also supply the pickleballs as well. So yes, we do have a couple basic paddles. I'm in the process, or will be in the process, of starting to buy all of that equipment because, I mean, of course, right now we have pickleball, but I have 3 courts where now I'm going to have to buy 6, 9 courts. So I have to buy a lot more equipment now. So I'm obviously taking that into consideration whenever I purchase this, of getting extra for that reason there that we will have in case of a new person wants to try it out but has no idea and doesn't have the equipment. We'll have that there to where you can check out and basically be kind of like a collateral type deal of, leaving something when you check it out, so then I make sure I get it back and that type of nature.
Does everyone know what pickleball is, what we're even talking about? So pickleball is kind of a mix between like tennis, a little bit of racquetball, a little bit of handball. You've got a lower net, kind of like tennis, but it's like with a wiffle ball, harder wiffle ball. And you've got a wooden paddle, kind of like ping pong. So it's kind of combining all of these. I'm not going to say it's low intensity or like a low heart rate thing. You guys should see.
And that's something that we're working on right now too, because as of right now, we have it set up as 55 plus is what pickleball is offered for. When we go over to the community center, I'm scratching that and we're going to open it up from 18 plus. We're going to open it up more to a wide variety. There's lots of kids out there I know that want to play it. And as of right now, we haven't offered that. We've kept it more towards the 55 plus age range. But with more options and more courts over there, we can open that up to 18 plus now. And I had hit on and touched, and I think it's going to be more of one of those is I'm just going to have to see how it goes before I know what I need to do. But there's going to be options to where you got your intermediate courts and you got your rec courts for pickleball, because I know that's going to be an issue that we'll run into. But until I kind of see where our need is more so, I know I did a survey on all of our pickleballers, or at least the ones that are coming for the most part. I think when I started there, we were averaging about 10 to 12. We only had 1 pickleball court, and then now we've expanded to 3 pickleball courts at Convention Hall, and I think we're averaging anywhere from 25 to 30 a day. So getting a lot more, it's getting a lot bigger. When I did my survey with them, every one of them basically put themselves as intermediate to competitive. I know they've all been playing for a long time in there too, so I know if you're a newbie and you show up and don't have a clue of what it is and you want to learn how to play, that might get overwhelming for you. So finding that happy medium, although I know our group that we have in there now are very welcoming though. I know we've had some people that have stopped by and said, what's this about? Can we sit in? And the next thing you know, we've seen them now 2 straight weeks. So our group there is very welcoming, very, they'll learn with you as well. But that is definitely something that we'll be looking into with more options and more courts of separating that to a rec and intermediate, or whether I need to go, 30, 18 to 30, age range here, and then 30, I don't know. There's options though out there, and so I can get in and kind of see exactly what we got going on. We can make adjustments as we need.
But you had yours up.
For the organizations in town like Rotary, Lions Club, ones that meet over lunch hour, do you have rooms for them to rent?
Absolutely. Yeah, that would probably be the community room would be the best fit for that. The senior center does have 1 to 2 reserved right now. We'll see what their need is, but we still have a 3rd room that would be available for rent for those groups.
What's the rate like for that?
It's like $25 to $30 an hour depending on the room, and that would include the tables and chairs.
And then you don't have any food services or anything like that in the building. You have to have food catered from somewhere else over the lunch.
You could work with the senior center with their meal service to provide additional meals.
I wonder if I may make a suggestion on the membership. As a single mom, of a young single mom, the family one would for me be out of my price range. Is that something that you might consider maybe having a section for single parent family homes, one, 2 children?
We're always open for suggestions. We've already tweaked that a little bit based on feedback we got from the community, so I'm happy to take that back to look at and see. We know we're not going to hit everything. We're trying. We want to, but trying to figure out how to serve our community and do what our community wants as well. That's what we're here for.
I know my son would, he's 29 now, by the way. But man, he would just kill that esports and pool and stuff. And I would find $550 definitely, yeah, out of my price range, and that would be something that would probably kill me probably more than him. So I don't know, just something to consider.
Absolutely. Thank you for the suggestion.
So since memberships were on sale today, how do I get the membership?
How do you get the membership? How about you follow Tanner and I back to the office? We can carpool if you want to. I'll bring you back. Yeah, if you'll come to Convention Hall, which is located there in Liberty Park, there is one short piece of paper we want you to fill out, and you'll be on your merry way. We will either take your first year's membership payment or the first month. And then after the first of the year, because we're hoping some of this will be a Christmas gift type thing, after the first year, after the holidays, we will then contact you to come back in and get your membership cards, your photos, get you a tour of the facility once all that's available and open up. But yeah, for right now, stop by Convention Hall. We're open 8:30 to 5, Monday through Friday. If you absolutely cannot make it during that time, give us a call, and I bet one of us would be happy to stay late or come in a little bit early. Usually we're there anyway, and we can get you signed up.
It's kind of a closing question. What can the community do to help the Sedalia Parks and Rec and the Agricultural Community Center become and stay successful?
You know, I think just support, whether that's sharing Facebook posts, talking about us. We like to talk about you guys too. So just that back and forth reciprocation. You know, if you've got opportunities where I was listening to Gary talk about coming in, talking about career opportunities, in my head it was like deja vu. I followed his footsteps. I was an accounting major and I flipped to Park and Rec, and weird, I know. What was wrong with us?
I was an exercise science major, and I didn't go down that route either. So.
Yeah, so, you know, giving us opportunities to come speak to your groups, whether it's the Lions Club, City of Sedalia has the same thing, coming and talking to those kids. If you want to volunteer, give us a call. The Jingle Ball 5K, we're looking for volunteers to help along the route or hand out the gifts or the medals and sweatshirts. Just be involved. Come use our facility, even at that. I mean, you don't have to have a membership. Come use our parks. Be out there. Be our eyes and our ears. What are we doing well? What are we not doing well? What do we need to fix? We want to be awesome. You know, we joke all the time we bring the fun, but if we don't know what fun the community wants, we can't provide it. So just communicate with us. Be involved. Engaged.
Thank you guys.